Hi guys, so in the Facebook group and on Instagram I put out a post about doing a Q&A because the last time I did a Q&A was back in May, and I thought I'd do another one because they're quite fun to make and they're fun to make, yeah. So you guys asked me loads of questions, thank you very much, and I've split them down into three categories. So this first one I'm going to do today is planners, journals and art. And I've got all the questions and all of your names. So let's get started. So Ashley O'Callaghan, top 3 tips for someone starting in a ring-bound planner. I would say someone starting in any planner is to not get overwhelmed with stuff, because in order to be a planner, in order to plan, you don't need stuff. You just need your actual planner and a pen or pencil, or both. Like, you know, you have a pencil and a rubber and a pen, because planning is all about helping you to plan your life, to make your life run more smoothly, more effective, more efficient and everything. And in my opinion, this is only my opinion because some people disagree, I love stickers and washi tape and all the pretty decorative stuff, but I think unless you've got your planning system down, sometimes people can be bogged down too much with making it look pretty. Some people differ in opinion. Some people say that they need those functional stickers in order to be able to plan their life, so that they can see everything that's going on, and that's absolutely fine as well. You know, that's what makes the world go round, is everybody having their own opinion. I just see quite a lot that people join the planner community and want to get into planning and organisation and getting their lives more organised and more on track, and think that they've got to buy a butt crack load of stuff in order to be a planner, and you don't. All you really need is a planner and a pen, and then you're a planner. And then things can kind of come from that. Like if you want to buy highlighters or sticky notes or stickers, things can kind of evolve and grow from that, which would enhance the system that you've already got going on. In fact, I don't see quite so many people in videos and things talking about using highlighters and colour coding so much anymore. People tend to go down the using the stickers route. But I would say try and think about what it is that you want to plan, what it is that you want to track. Start with the utter basics and just try and start with a diary that's kind of a to-do list that's working, and then evolve and grow from there. Watch videos and read blogs. If you check out the Filofaxy blog, they kind of do a weekly roundup of lots of people's blogs and videos. Just watch a load of those and kind of get a feel for what other people are doing, but always remember that it's your planner. So what works for someone else may not work for you. So don't kind of, you don't reinvent the wheel. There are systems already out there, but equally don't flog a dead horse. If it ain't working for you, then ditch it and move on. If a system's really not working for you, then move on and don't be afraid to start over. It doesn't have to be expensive. So that helps. Elaine Kavanagh, what 3 arty crafty supplies could you not live without? Now, I always get confused with these questions because sometimes people assume that you've already got a sketchbook and a pencil and like the core nitty gritty, whereas other people kind of take it as everything. So if there was real, like I had absolutely nothing and there were 3 things I couldn't live without, it would be a sketchbook, a pencil with a built-in eraser, because I can't leave a third for the eraser, and the third would be a black pen, like a Micron pen or something. Those would be the 3 things I couldn't live without. If I'd already got those 3 things, I would then move on to an aqua brush. I use the Pentel aqua brush, and some watercolours. Those would be the topmost 2. And after that, I wouldn't be too bothered. Everything else for me is just kind of like nice little extras. So if I had to choose a third, I would probably go with washi tape, because it's quite versatile, because you can use it for decorating pages, but also like I stick a lot of ephemera and leaflets and tickets and stuff in my journals, so I'd say washi tape because I can stick it in with those. So that'd be my top 3. Yes. Bridget Van Den Broek, what is your favourite planner of all time, and you can choose only one? Now, I really sort of struggled with this because I do like my Malden. I was very kindly given my Malden as a gift, and I do really like the Malden. I like the colour of it, and I like the layout of the pockets and everything inside. I do really like that. That would probably have to be my top one, because I love my Webster's Pages Traveller's Notebooks, but I like all the different colours, so I can't narrow it down. So if I have to narrow it down to just one, it would have to be the Ochre Malden personal size, which I own. Gemma Rose, any tips for a newbie to the world of art journaling? I would say it's very similar to the thing about planners, in as much as you don't have to spend a load of money to be an art journaler. You just need a book of some sort that you're going to put it in, and some kind of medium. I would say pick something that you like the look of, whether it's acrylics or watercolours or something. Just pick one thing and have a go. I always get confused. I always like a bit torn with this one, because on the one hand I would say acrylics. If you think that that's something that you're going to be really into and you're going to want to use it over and over again, buy the best that you can afford, because you do really notice the difference in better quality art materials. That being said, if you're not sure whether you're going to like it or not, you're going to want to buy a cheap set to see if you're going to like it, and then if you like it you could upgrade. But that also does have an impact, that sometimes if you buy a cheap set and you don't like it, it could be because you bought a cheap set. So it's very difficult, but having the tools and the materials doesn't make you an artist, it's what you do with them. And some of the most fantastic artists use children's art supplies, so if you've got kids, just raid their poster paints or whatever they've got, and just do it. You have to start somewhere. You just have to put something on paper, and you've started. The biggest problem is getting started, so you just have to start. You just got to think that it's only a piece of paper. If you ruin it, which isn't what is ruining it, if you ruin it, you can either rip it out and get rid of it, or you can keep it in your book and you can refer back to it in a year's time and go, wow, look how much I've changed, look how much I've progressed. And you don't have to show it to anyone. So if you do ruin it, then you don't have to show it to anyone, and it's only you that's seen it. So I would say have fun with it is the biggest thing. Have fun with it. Use it in a way that works for you. Some people use it for, just do pretty pictures and maybe do a quote. Other people really incorporate it into with lots of writing about their day and process their thoughts and feelings. I would say, again, same with planning, have a look at a load of videos and blog posts and Pinterest and stuff. Have a look at them for ideas and inspiration. However, do not compare your work to theirs, because everybody is on a different leg of their journey. They could have been doing it for 10 years and you're just starting. So never compare your stuff with anybody else's. It's personal to you. So just enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it, and use your stuff. And just remember that having stuff does not make you an artist. Buying stuff is fun and exciting, and we do all like to buy different supplies and things, but you don't need to have all of these supplies in order to make fabulous art journal pages. You can grow your stash as time goes on. I've been doing it for years, and birthdays and Christmases I've been bought presents, I've bought stuff for myself over the years. You don't have to acquire everything. Same with planning, you don't have to acquire everything all in the one go. You can keep adding to your supplies. So those are my tips. I could do a whole video on that kind of stuff. Anne Hannah asks, how did you learn to draw? And then Christina Lynn Hawkes asks, What types of art classes have you taken, such as the type of media, painting, drawing, sculpting and so on? And what online art classes do you recommend and why? So, learning to draw and arting, I basically have always, ever since I was a child, always been into drawing and painting. And my parents always encouraged that. You know, I was never, when I was a little child, I was never into dolls and prams and that kind of stuff. I was always into art supplies, and I would rather have a load of cardboard boxes and toilet roll tubes and glue than toys. So I've always been into arting and crafting. And I did art at school, but I only did like the normal art. I didn't do GCSE art or anything. I did normal art because my art teacher stopped me basically from doing GCSE art. Apparently I wasn't good enough and wouldn't have done very well at it. In a video a long time ago, I showed some of my art books with some of the comments from my teachers, but anyway, that's a whole other video. And so yeah, I just loved art, so I just carried on drawing. And I think a lot of newbies, going back to the newbie thing, don't realise is a lot of people, a lot of artists and a lot of people who art journal, it is their passion, it is something that comes up from within them, and they just want to keep drawing, they just want to keep making art. And the reason why some of your favourite artists you admire, that you look up to and you think, I really like their stuff, they're so good, it's because they keep on practicing and they keep on drawing, and they don't let one bad piece stop them. They keep practicing, and that's just what I do all the time. Even now, I create more bad art than I create good art, and I just never show it to anyone. You know, I only ever put stuff out in social media that I like, you know. So it's a practice thing, and just keep on practicing, and by doing that you then start to develop your own style. I in later life, when I was in my 20s, how old was I can't think, but it's probably irrelevant anyway. In my mid to late 20s, I had a bit of a change in career. And I went back to uni, and I almost did a degree in photography. I didn't do the last year, so I didn't end up coming away with a qualification. So we did a lot of design stuff in that. We did a lot of Photoshop things, a lot of digital stuff for kind of correcting photography. So I kind of gained a lot of skills from that. I also, sometime after that again, so again in my late 20s, probably early 30s, maybe like when I was 31 or something, I don't know, it's irrelevant, I can't even remember. I went back to college and I did a diploma of art, which focused mainly on drawing. I didn't enjoy it, okay. I think there's a lot to be said and a lot to learn from going on courses, but I personally prefer a lot of online courses because I think they're more modern, and you get tuition from a teacher who is an artist, who is driven by themselves and their own style. The problem I found with going to college is that they are bound by a curriculum and an institution. No matter how good that artist is that teaches you, they are still bound by the college curriculum, etc. And I really hate doing stuff like still life, yet we had to do so much still life, like drawing a pair of shoes, drawing a bowl of fruit. You know, I know all of these things are really good for technique building, like learning how to draw a sphere or something that's realistic, but that's not me. We learnt to draw in different mediums as well, like charcoal and graphite, but it wasn't me. I can't draw a pair of shoes or a piece of fruit. My brain doesn't work like that. I see it, it goes into my brain and it comes out something else. And I am much better, as you guys know, I draw from my imagination, so not real life. So I kind of had quite a lot of conflict with my tutors because I wanted to do my own thing and they wanted me to follow the curriculum. But anyway, I stuck at it and I came away with my diploma in art. I decided I was going to take it further and go on and do like, what do they call it? HN something or other, D, I don't know. Or I don't know what the next one up. I was going to do that, but then I felt like, because I was paying for this course, I felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere. So then I kind of thought, I'm just gonna practice, guys. I'm just gonna like do more myself and watch other people's art, and and take some online workshops. And so that's what I did. I've done Lifebook with Tam, who's willowing.org. I did Romany's Realms Christmas Chronicles 1 year. I've done a Jane Davenport course. What else have I done? I think that's it. There are so many online courses I'd like to do. I do have a playlist. If you go to my channel, and so if you go to youtube.com/user/Mrs. Brimbles, and then you go to my playlists, you'll find that I've got a whole playlist of online courses that I like the look of. Every time I see one, I sort of save them in there, because a lot of these courses you can go back and do at a later date. So I've got them in there. I'd love to do more online courses. I do genuinely like doing those. As I said, you get to actually learn direct from the artist who isn't bound by like a curriculum in an institution, and you get their style. So if you fancy doing something, I would say pick an artist who you really, really like the art look of, the style of, and then do that. The really good thing with like the Lifebook that Willowing Tam does is that each week you get a different artist, so that's quite good, because you get to do stuff with different artists. So I would totally recommend that. In the future, I'd love to do more courses. Like, I have this, like, at the moment I feel like I'm so busy with life, children, family, work, that I'm kind of like, I don't know if a course fits in at the moment, but in the future I'd like to do some more courses, because I do genuinely enjoy doing them. When I'm older and got a lot of time on my hands, like maybe when I'm retired, I'd really love to go and do some pottery. I did pottery a bit while I was in school, and I really, really enjoyed that, so I'd like to do some more pottery. I have dabbled in the past with like clay and stuff. It's a long time ago, but I think I may have shared it. I did a journal cover and made it out of clay, and sort of put it on my journal, and I absolutely love that thing. So I would like to do more in like sculpting and stuff, but yeah, for now I'm kind of concentrating on my drawing, and it's all a case of practice. So I hope that answers those two questions. Carmen Locke, what is your top 3 craft or planner storage solution ideas? Oh my gosh, guys, my room at the moment is like bedlam. My office is just crazy. I let it get out of hand when Miss B first joined us. Time was kind of like crazy, and we were adjusting to everything, and I kind of let stuff in my office or studio, whatever you call it, craft room. It's a multifunction room. Pile up, and now it's so bad I can't see the wood for the trees. I also want to have a de-stash, because I appreciate that over time I have accumulated quite a lot of stuff, and I need to move some of that on to new homes. And so I'm in that limbo stage at the moment where nothing is organised, nothing is particularly working for me, so I don't feel like I can particularly comment very well on that. I used to have the big Kallax unit in my office, and I did a video on that on my YouTube channel. John did a hack of it for me and put like mini shelves in to put my 12 by 12 scrapbook papers in. That really worked well for me, but the Kallax unit came out of my office because as Mrs. Brimble's the shop grew, the Kallax unit wasn't very good for micro-organising of stock items, so the Kallax unit came out of there, and different bookcases came in my office. So that's probably the only thing that's really worked, has been that scrapbook paper storage system. Other than that, I'm yet to find anything that really has worked for me or is working for me. Hopefully when I have a purge and move stuff, and we're looking at the layout of our house at the moment, because John also works from home. John works for another company but works from home as well, and his desk is shoved in the corner of a room and isn't really ideal. So we're kind of looking at our house layout and kind of working out if we're going to change rooms and who's going to go in what room, and so I might be losing my office because I might be sharing with John, which is like, both of us are a bit like, oh, but it's probably the way it's going to go. And so hopefully I'll have some different kind of storage solutions and ideas then, and I might be able to answer that question and be like, yeah, this is really working for me. But until then, Pop Princess 23, have you found that your planning system or usual planning routines have changed since becoming a mum? Yeah, majorly. Well, majorly. When Miss B first came along, it was all like, oh my god, like total life-changing, uprooting, and I was using my traveller's notebook at the time, and for personal stuff and home life, and then I was using the a Kate Spade spiral bound for work and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't working for me. I didn't feel like I had the time to kind of use multiple planners, so I changed up into using an A5 planner with everything all in it, and it was kind of a rabbit in the headlights kind of time for me in terms of planning, and I did do a video on that, and I kind of was like, and at the time, when you first adopt, there's a lot of appointments. There's we saw a social worker like at least once a week, or other appointments, to do with that. And so it was kind of like, all of a sudden I'd gone from like this quiet life to having a child with all these different appointments and play groups and stuff and work and everything. And so I kind of did like, this system isn't working for me. Oh my God. So I totally changed my planner. And then that didn't work for me. And so I've done a full circle, really. And I've gone back to my traveller's notebook, and I've, which you saw in my 2017 planner setup. So I've gone back to my traveller's notebook for everything. And touch wood, it's working. So hopefully it can continue to work. I think, life has settled down for us now. We no longer have any social worker visits. Our adoption journey has come to its end, so we're just us now as a family. So there's no crazy appointments. It's just life as normal with a few things in the week like play groups and stuff, and so we're rocking and rolling now as a family, and we've all calmed down and it's all working well. And so my planning system has calmed down and is working well as well. But going back to like things I've talked about before, like your tips and stuff, never be afraid to change anything that's not working. If it ain't working, then don't be afraid to change it and change it again until you find something that works for you. I told you this was going to be long, so I hope you made a cup of tea. You should see the questions I got on the other topics as well. Miss Little Random Thing, how did you get into planning and crafting, and how do you build up a stash on a budget? Okay, so I got into planning. I've talked about this in another video. That basically I left university, and whilst I was at school, we were always given a school planner for recording like our homework and attendance. I did a video on those, so you should go and check them out. They're quite funny. And then when I went to uni, I had an academic planner. And then when I left uni, I needed a diary, and I bought Filofax because that's what I thought you did. So yeah, I bought Filofax, and just kind of started planning. And then I guess I've always been an artist and journaling and kind of stuff like that, and that has also grown. And then somewhere along the line, I can't remember, they kind of started to get merged. I started to doodle in my diaries and that kind of stuff. So it kind of just was an organic growth that's kind of always been with me. It's a part of who I am, planning and journaling and arting and crafting. So it's kind of just grown with me. And I would say exactly the same with building up your stash. Don't go and buy loads of crap now. Like, just build it up gradually. Just, you know, ask for stuff for birthdays, ask for stuff for Christmas, buy stuff in the sales. You know, having stuff does not make you a better planner or a better journaler. And in fact, having too much stuff can be overwhelming, and then you can't see the wood through the trees. You can't always like find the sticker or know about the stickers that you've got, because you've got all these other stickers in the way. So just kind of don't feel like you've got to buy loads of stuff. It's really funny, you know, because I own a shop, as you guys know. I own a shop. I sell journaling stuff. I sell planner related stuff. I still sell stickers. I still sell washi tape. So I really shouldn't be giving you that advice. That's bad business from my point of view. That's like really bad business. I'm saying like, you don't need to buy all this stuff. Don't buy all this stuff. But equally, I like you to think that I built my building up, because it's still a small business, on trust and honesty. And yeah, I wouldn't be fair to you if I told you to go and buy all the stuff, because buying all the stuff does not make you a better artist, and it doesn't make you a better journaler. So, you know, take it slow, enjoy what you've got, and then build on that as and when. Just use the stuff you've got to death. You know, that's how you learn. In terms of being an artist, that's how you learn. Like, a lot of people jump from medium to medium to medium a lot, but so you become a master of none and a jack of all trades, you know. Whereas like, if you can only afford to buy a watercolour set, buy a watercolour set and learn it. Learn how to use it, learn how the colours work with each other, learn how it works on different paper with different brushes, different techniques, and really, really, really get to grips with that medium and learn it to death. You know, don't feel like you've got to go and buy loads of different stuff, because you don't need it. So that's my budget tips. When Blue Irish Bunny, when do you find time to craft or do arty things since Miss B's arrival? I know children can change your life dramatically and turn it upside down, so I'm always interested to see how other mums manage to keep up with their old self. Yeah, well, I'm really lucky that Mrs. Brimble's as a business is a crafty business, so I do still get craft time or art time in, because I still have to create all the artwork and designs and everything for the Brimbles boxes, and I use the products in my planners and journals and photograph them and share them on social media. So my crafty time, this is why I don't always class work as work, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I do, but I also have to do it, if you see what I mean, but it doesn't feel that way. So in my head, I still feel like I get plenty of crafty time. I still long for more. There's like more like personal projects that I long to do. I don't keep up with my journals in any way as much as I used to do, and I am behind on my December daily, but I am going to catch up on that. Christmas week got a bit crazy with family visiting and family staying and all that kind of stuff, and I just had a real, you know, let it go. So I want to catch up on that. Yeah, I think if you really want to do something, you make time and prioritise to do it. Like, you know, I'm not a big TV watcher, or if I am watching TV, I've usually got something on my lap, like a journal, whilst I am watching TV. So I'm a bit of a multitasker like that. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some nights where I'm absolutely dropped down dead exhausted and I will just sit and flop out and watch TV. But there's other nights where I'm not really a big TV person. I like to draw and art and craft, and I will get my stash out on my lap and do that whilst doing it. I'm a bit hyperactive anyway, so I struggle to relax sometimes. Pop Princess 23 again. What are your thoughts on Erin Condren and how is it going? Also, any thoughts on the Man Be Happy Planner? Erin Condren, yeah, I'm using that. That's to document Miss B. So I will never show that. I showed you the unboxing of it, but I will never show you the completed version. Yeah, it's fine. I'm like, it's okay. I'm a little bit behind in my documenting. As the planner goes, it's okay. I'm not like, yeah, man, it's amazing. When I've used it, I must get another one. I'm not like, it's okay. I know a lot of people love them. Me, not so much, but you know, that's your thing. Then great. I just think it's quite pricey for us in the UK because you can't just factor in the price of the planner, particularly now the pound to dollar rate. It's not just the price of the planner, it's the price of the shipping and the price of the customs. If it wasn't the shipping and the customs, then it'd be like, yeah, why not, you know, but there are other planners available in the UK now, so it's not on my top list. The Happy Planner, do you know, I love the Happy Planner in terms of the layout and the accessories. I'm just not a fan of the disc bound. I know a lot of people who have taken them out and put them in their ring planners, but I thought I was an A5 person, but I'm not. So I know they've got the mini Happy Planner out, but I don't have one of them, so I can't really comment, but I'm happy they're out there. Little Mint loves tips for creating and painting in an art journal. I've just started one and I'm enjoying the process. I feel like I've kind of covered that, but if I haven't, then let me know. I'm happy to do like another video on any of this stuff. I'm really happy to do another video on it. So if you feel like I haven't answered it properly, then let me know and I'll do another video. Alana Carla, 81. How has your planning style changed since becoming a mummy? I think I've probably covered that as well. I'm really sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Sada Taylor, what are your favourite pens and pencils? Pencils, to be quite honest with you, I use any old HB pencil. I don't really tend to use different H's and B's or anything. I just use any old pencil, so I'm not really that bothered. Pens, I do like my Lamy fountain pen for writing, and for art I either use a Micron pen or I use a Pilot Uniball with waterproof ink, and those are my sort of favourites really. Other than that, I don't know, come across a pen and if I like it, I like it. But yeah, that's it. Okay, so yeah, that's it, and thanks for watching, and I'll do all the other questions in other videos because there's a lot, and it's already over half an hour this video because you asked a lot of questions and I'm an over talker. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.